Have you ever wondered how the internet works?
Yeah.
Easy, right? Data centers. But then when you think about it, who powers the data centers and all these hard drives and keeps it reliable? And it's just like... That's what we're talking about today with the BTS for Hanley Energy. Take it away. Hanley Energy is a global provider of power solutions. So imagine a data center. What these guys do is they plan, they create the actual product, and then they implement the power solution. So anything that has to do with powering the data center, that's what Hanley does. And what they wanted to do was revamp their visual package here in the United States. They built a brand new facility. They had tons of content that they've shot in Ireland, but they had nothing yet in the United States. They found us.
And when we spoke to them one-on-one, hands down, clear for us that it had to be CineSalon. They got us, they understood us from the get-go. They came to us with recommendations, they came to us with ideas.
You know, the first question that was asked to us was like, what do Americans like? I'm like, let's just sell optimism, just make you guys pop. I mean, you're this really cool Irish company that has this amazing culture that everyone is happy, and we want to show that. Our thought process going into this was cinematic. We wanted to create content that didn't look like it was shot by an internal team. We wanted it to have that movie quality. We did do a survey in the market. We looked at all their competition. We looked at content that they were making, and we frankly said, you know, let's just elevate it.
And it's not just standard footage, it is off the charts quality.
The more challenging part to this is that we didn't just want to make one video that had one narrative. We wanted to create as many assets as we could for them so that they could really fill out their entire marketing pipeline with content. So constraints on this project, we had 3 days to capture as much content as possible. And to do that in 3 days around different schedules, we had an impromptu snowstorm that showed up.
In the snow, nan light, 1200, no sweat.
Let's go!
Oh man, I laugh because the ambitious goal was to interview as many people as we possibly could, but not interview them on camera because we figured, you know, that would eat up a lot of time. We didn't want to set up a second unit, just didn't make sense that way. So instead of having a full day to a day and a half of talking head interviews, we said, why don't we do it with audio and then we can always overlay it with the B-roll that we're shooting.
That's not low, that's clever.
I think talking head videos are slowly phasing out in terms of when they're just corporate, if they're not driven more like this explainer or YouTube video. We wanted to innovate that a little bit as well as buy us a bunch more time that we could focus on shooting, you know, the cinematic content. So we set up a voiceover booth for them into our mixer, you know, professional microphones, and they got 17 interviews done over those 3 days, and they pulled people as they were walking by. We shot, I think it was almost 7 terabytes of content.
Damn!
So while the interviews were being done, our team of 6 were moving location to location to location across the office into the warehouse, filming as much as we possibly could, blocking out action. What was awesome on this project is that we finally put the new Blackmagic URSA 12K Cine to use. And I don't know if you've seen any videos on this camera, but many pros are saying this is as good as some of the extremely expensive cameras on the production side of house. And the camera absolutely exceeded expectations. It blew this out of the water. It was awesome. We've set up our lights, we have camera ready to rock, and we're shooting a series of cinematic B-roll that's going to complement 4, 5, 6, 7 different story tells for these guys. So it's going to be a couple really cool days of production, filming all kind of stuff. It's a team effort. Everyone's out here to help. You know, always looking your best. That's what it's all about, right? So what did the team look like? We had Sanjay on camera. We had Kevin on AC duty, pull and focus. We had T wrangling all the talent and helping produce and keep us on track. We had Matt and Marcus doing light, grip, gaff. We had myself doing directing, and we had our awesome clients that flew in from Ireland also kind of co-directing and just providing any expertise that they had about Hanley. We wanted to have a nice contrast between the 2 different main locations, the warehouse and the office. Office, we wanted nice, soft, high key. We wanted it to look really friendly, very approachable. Everyone in there, you know, working and happy and laughing. And then we get to the warehouse, it's like all business, man. We wanted the warehouse to look gritty, to have that vibe of like a lot of work gets done here. And it does, it's very true. Less of the like soft lighting. It's like, no, this is harsh. This is where we're cutting cables, we're lifting heavy boxes, forklifts moving back and forth. So showing those contrasts really made a nice back and forth where you could feel like, oh, there's like two definite business units here that are operating under one roof. All right, let's talk about AI.
No.
I think everyone can relate that you don't always say exactly what you want to say when a camera's put in your face. In this case, you're sitting in front of a microphone, you're getting asked questions about what you do, why you love it, how do you want to do it. Honestly, pretty stressful for someone who doesn't do this professionally or isn't in front of a camera all the time. So how we augmented this is using the wonders of AI. And I think that's a big part of corporate video going forward in the future. AI is going to be so integral. And I don't mean just taking away creativity. I mean helping enhance content that you already have. So we had our 17 interviews captured and we needed to make day in the life videos. We also needed strong quotes for our, let's call it hero video that we made. When we got there, I'd say we got 80% of the way there.
Little trouble there.
And the last 20, we were just missing like that really powerful opener and the really powerful closer.
Not quite my tempo. It's all good. No worries. Here we go.
I read the voiceover and had AI match the voice to the cadence of my voice, but then replace it to the person who was being interviewed.
My name is Adam Geller, and I am Safety Director at Hanley Energy and Hanley Energy Electrical.
It's amazing, and it's really helped save these videos and be able to take those 17 interviews and know that when you bring it back to post-production, you're going to get 17 potential deliverables. What I want to accomplish when I talk about AI in these videos is showing you the possibilities of how you can use it responsibly. And I'm a big proponent on responsible AI.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Having the best intentions and integrity when using it and using it to make the product better. As long as the talent's okay with that, which in this case, obviously they were, like, yeah, make me sound better. That's awesome. It's funny, the director is always like,
we'll fix it in post.
And the scary part with AI is that's actually totally true now. Now we just fix it all in post, so. Being in post-production, man. This shoot was interesting on so many levels. I'm a nerd at heart, and I think most of our crew felt the same. We didn't understand the complexities of how a data center operates, and I don't mean like a server, I mean like massive data farms. I mean, this is how the internet works. So to learn how that's powered, the design and the thought process that goes into that, I mean, that's the reward. All these shoots, that's the best part, all the stuff that you learn. So learning that with a client who loved us, I mean, it just doesn't get better than that.
I just want to take 2 seconds to say a massive thank you to CineSalon. Shane and the crew are absolutely fantastic. We've just finished a 3-day shoot and it couldn't have gone better.
That is the BTS of Hanley, showing you how we used AI, how we partnered internationally, how we created stuff in a short timeline. That's what we do here at CineSalon, knocking it out, helping clients grow. See you later.